It is the NFL on EA Sports, and it will likely be the final season in which we see the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. He's going to take this out of the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game, and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. Taken in at the 11.
Ready. Yellow lady. 58. Come on. You ain't. Hey, kill.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. The corner Ronald Darby comes up to get him.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ready.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Ready. Yellow lady.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. Finds his running back, James Conner. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out and forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Let's go. Let's pass. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Slam. Check. Hold on. Hey.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. I got it.
Here's Breeze. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Chris Jones on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Switch up. Touch 50.
Here's Wilson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cameron Hayward, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Alert.
Play action. Now Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Counter. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively, pure frustration.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On first down, Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 2-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Zebra. I'll go special.
On third down, Wilson. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Maher is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
11. Mike 52. Let's go one more.
Breeze now on first down. That one complete. He finds Shark. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Andy Isabella with his first career NFL touchdown. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down now, it's Connor. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Buying time to his left. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 43-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Screen pass to Connor. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
James Connor. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Kansas City.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Marr is good. So we've hit halftime in an entertaining first half. 8-6 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a carry for Lindsey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's our time. Check 52 the mic. Check 50. 0-2. All day. Hey, seam 6.
Breeze now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
5-9. Hey, wahoo!
Now Breeze. Got a man. It's the rookie, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
52's the mic. Hey, let's go. I'm here. Hey, easy. I'm here all day. Hey, Mike 52.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Ready.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
No chance. 58. Hey, exit. 58, come on. I'm trying to collect. 58. Tonight.
Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that one. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 26, check 26. Slam. Check hot route. Hot.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. That's Isabella open on the right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Shoot. Check over. Check down.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Right there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Hey, easy. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Another run by Lindsey, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Breeze now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Bravo.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He's got the first down inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he gets this one to Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
And a first down, Chiefs.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
14.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And avoids the contact by sliding. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. On 1st and 10 is counter. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
Check the backer, check the backer. Watch the edge.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Here's Lindsey. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing now is Breeze. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Oakland, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the errands need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad think that's though. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Set. 180. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Now Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it.
Let's go,
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
First down.
Middle.
On first down, it's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. Throwing is Stafford.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Mike 7. 51,
Mike 51.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On first down, it's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Haskins to throw it. That'll be caught right side by Reed. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut? Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey. You got 3. 3 days. Good.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. There you have it. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter.
Watch out.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting in there to break it up. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Going for it with Sanders. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. Boy, a curious... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
They're not ready for this. They alert! Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 37. Check 37.
On first down, Stafford here. The left side completion to Jones. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
We play to win. Let's go.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Stafford. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Stafford now to throw. Steps away to his left. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 16.
Alert!
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first and 10, Stafford. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matthew Ioannidis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw, Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. And they're going to speed things up here. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first and 10, it's Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his crew will take over. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Stafford. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Check 31, check 31.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? To throw is Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Redskins, it's just their second win here in 11 tries this season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the losses continue to